That's a Drury's deer cast. That's their wind app. I've had it for a long time, just hadn't figured out much about it, but I got a wind issue today, and when I finally got this thing pulled up, let me show you this. I got a deer that's coming from this direction over in here, coming out to this food plot. And according to that, and the wind's north-northeast, I think we can just get by. And I kind of love, this is a nice buck. He's probably 4 or 5. I don't do much of that, but the wind, he's gonna kind of think he can smell the food plot, but we're far enough to the south, I don't think he'll pick us up. And they love coming with their kind of their nose into the wind. That's a good day to get him. And I mean, it's 60 degrees, but we're in Mississippi. I just think I think we can pull it off. Love using that. I'll keep using that, I promise you. We did a hunt in the country one time called a red fishing chair. Charlie O'Brien had a red fishing chair like this, and he shot an antelope out of it.
Oh boy, I can't believe my boy did this to me bad. Here I am. Alright. I hope this is a joke. I got me my fluorescent fishing chair. I hope these antelope here must be blind. I guess I heard they could see real well, but obviously they can't see very well, or else he wouldn't be giving me one of these chairs.
He raised so much cane about that red fishing chair. That's what we call the episode. Well, guess what? I got me one today. I'm going to sit with Big Matt. And he got a big, fine recliner up in this homemade shooting house, but I'm going to sit in the red fishing chair.
Well, I'm sitting on a fishing chair.
Now the wind, the food plot is straight at the end of this road, and the wind is blowing like this. And the deer, I think, is coming from straight ahead. If he's up in what we call the sanctuary, we're good. And the wind will kind of be in his favor a little bit, but I think we're far enough down to the left. But not ideal conditions, 68 degrees, but hey, it's Mississippi. These deer waited for freezing weather to feed and move. They would never feed and move, so we'll see. Here. You said screw that. Yes, sir. Punch it. Take it off. Oh yeah. You sure? Yes, sir. All right, go ahead and load it and set it someplace quiet. There's a spike in the back. Where's your pineapple? Right here. Go ahead and take that. Take this. All right, this is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and we finally got a west wind. We don't have that many food plots out here, and some of the ones down to the west, you got to have a west wind to hunt them, and they're the prettiest food plots. And most of the other food plots are little bow plots. So we got 2 or 3 to get good on a west wind. How long we been waiting on a west wind?
For like a month now.
Finally got a straight west wind, and it's about 10 miles an hour, so we can sneak in. And even though it's early, because the rut's late down here, got a good feeling about this one. We'll see. We've hunted this area twice. Bow hunting one the other day with a rifle, and I took the red fishing chair. Told you the story of the red fishing chair. And we didn't see much, saw one doe, so I'm swapping. Got a blue fishing chair. Big boy can sit in the big chair. I'll just sit in this one and try to film. Well, we got in here, but I sounded like in this metal building like I was changing the oil on a garbage truck with a suit of armor on. If we see a deer, it's gonna be a miracle. I can't believe it anyway. I was helping Matt get his gun propped up. Bam! Hit the ceiling. It sounded like thunder. And I don't think they'll think it was thunder as sunny as it can be out there. But hey, anyway, I'm not used to sitting in this shooting house with a gun. We always come over here usually with a bow or a crossbow. But anyway, if we don't see a buck or some deer this afternoon, it's on me. Good grief. Well, he gets a pass being on his phone. He's watching the score. Jacksonville Jaguars are leading 20-19 with 2 minutes left. He's a big Jaguars fan, him and his brother Cranky, so he gets a pass. They still winning?
Yes, sir.
Go Logan Cook.
We've seen Trevor Lawrence in this situation really roll out to his right to try and extend the play and let somebody work open.
Jaguars going for 2. Lawrence in the shotgun. Looking left, throws left, and it's caught!
All right, it's about 3:45. And my bride just sent us a text because she's watching the Jaguars on TV that they tied it up with like 15 seconds left. Went for 2.
Went for 2. Went up 1. We're winning.
So what's happening?
We just went for 2, and now we're up 28-27 with 14 seconds left. So that's crazy.
No wind to speak of right now. Out of the hold of Jordan Stout. Tucker, kick on the way, online, does it have the distance? No! And the Jaguars win!
What happened? Justin Tucker just tried to kick it from 67 yards for 3 and missed. He was short.
Man, we've already got 5 deer came out, walked across the plot. Went to the woods to the left, but there's a pond there. They probably went over there to get them a drink, so wind staying west, right in their face, so having a good day so far. sure enough, you know, it was a good afternoon. It was chilly back then. And I'm thinking this was around the 1st of December or something like that. And a couple of does come out, and then boom, way down at the end, this is a V-shaped food plot. You know, here comes I think it was a 4-point. We got a little ugly 7-point out here that's got, you know, a tall rack on one side and a little nubby thing. I call them nuclear deer because it looks like they've been living next to the nuclear plant. He's a 7-point. There he is. There he is. Get you gonna be still about it. Don't make any noise. Boom, he stepped out and there he comes. The deer's walking straight in. I'm like, okay, stop and feed. Yeah. Beautiful grass, food plot right there. And it keeps coming. All of a sudden, it gets to about 50 yards. We're looking at a V, and the woods are in the middle. He wants to get around that point so he can look down the other side. I figured that out later. When he comes up and and I'm filming this the whole time, and when he gets broadside, he takes about 5 quick steps around the V. Well, I panned the camera that way, and I hit the shooting house. Not physically hit it, but I couldn't see it anymore.
Yeah, he's out of frame.
And he's really close, and there's 2 does out in front of him. So normally I would pick the tripod up and move it to my left so I could have more field of view. I didn't want to do that. And the deer just took off to the right, boom. And Matt brought his gun back in, let that hammer down real safe, and he's looking at me. He don't say anything, but he's looking at me, and I know what he's thinking. Why in the world didn't you let me shoot that deer? And I said, just relax, he'll be back. Well, guess what? He didn't come back. How close was that? That close. Man, we snuck out of there because they ran off. But I was waiting. Like I said, he went too far to the right. He just came up here and got in the middle. And I would have had to take my camera and pick it up and move it over, and I didn't want to do it. They were too close. So, like I said, that one's on me. So close. That's a bad deal right there, but he ain't going nowhere. And the wind switched, and we didn't get to go again till last Friday. I don't remember what the day it was. It was a long time. It was probably 2 or 3 weeks. So we go back to the same spot, and we got that west wind, and so, expectations are high. I just found that heads up right over by that gas pump. I don't know if you're superstitious or not, but I am, and that's a good sign. So we're about to go hunting. See if we can get old Matt, Cranky's brother, a nice deer. Cranky's got 2 big ones hanging on the wall Big brother's been a good sport about that, so we're fitting to go see if we can get more. I think it's a big old 9 point to come out. Lucky penny. All right, I just spent 3 days at Bent Creek Lodge with Dallas Strait and his son, River, and we went from a hot, misting rain to full-blown tornadoes last night. I actually had one touchdown pretty close to the lodge. Anyway, had to take them back to the airport today. Now, they ain't even flown home yet. And we got a brisk west wind. It's 50 degrees. And as soon as I got home, Matt's like, let's go hunting.
Yes, sir.
So we're back hunting. We've hunted 4 or 5 times, not much luck. Had a really close call here about a week ago. No, it's been longer than that since we had the close call. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, nobody's killed a buck. I'm taking Matt and his brother Cranky and their cousin Walker back to Bent Creek Sunday, but we're going to have some cold weather, so it's getting close to rut time down here too, not in Alabama, but it's getting close here. So anyway, hard to beat a day in the tree stand, or in this case, the homemade shooting house we call a 10 den. Matt's dad's about a quarter of a mile from us to the north, so we may hear a shot this evening.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
I'm excited. It's a good day.
We went early. I said, man, they're going to move early today, and they didn't. And we sat and we sat. We never saw a deer. And it's 4:40, and it gets just too dark over there to shoot at 5 o'clock. It's 4:40. His dad, Ricky, is at another food plot. We've been texting all afternoon. He's got 9 deer in front of him. Wow. And I told Matt, I said, that buck's going to step out in front of your daddy just any minute. And Matt's kind of holding his head down because we literally hadn't seen a squirrel, a bird, or nothing. And at 4:40, boom, right, I'm telling you, he came as close as Craig did when Cranky shot his in the same place. Mm-hmm. He came from our left instead of way down on the end, what I was thinking. And there he stands at, 55 yards. Hold on, don't move. Let me look at him a minute. Matt's easing that gun out the window. We weren't ready. I was kind of getting ready to leave, or kind of in that mindset. And as Matt's moving that gun a little bit, just a touch, that deer swings, boom, and he's focused on that shooting house. Ugh. And we didn't make any noise. It's just, I'm telling you, these deer are evil.
Slick.
And by my camera, I'm filming this, and I saw it after the fact, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That deer stood in one spot. He looked like a decoy toward the end. And finally, he relaxed and put his head down to get a bite of that food plot. And Matt got his gun on out the window. And I said, hey, anytime, pow! And he hammered him. Now then, get on his shoulder. Shoot him when you're ready. Squeeze. Did you hit him?
Oh, yeah. If that's on, that was a perfect shot, too.
Huh?
I said if that's on, that was a perfect shot. Wow. That was quick. hard because he wouldn't stop looking.
I've seen grown men melt with way less, tension on them. But anyway, I immediately texted his dad, who was about, 700-800 yards away, another food plot. And I said, Matt just nailed him. Come on over here. And he climbed down. It didn't take him any time. Nobody move, because I want Daddy to be with him when they track it up. All right. So what's happening?
Well, we were sitting there. We hadn't seen anything, nothing at all. No does, no spikes, nothing. And out of nowhere, he walks out about where all that rough stuff is and comes out to the right. And I had the perfect shot, and he's bigger than anything I've shot. So
why are we waiting now?
Because my daddy's walking over here, so we're going to wait for him to bring the buggy so we can drag him out.
Your dad was hunting over. He had 8 deer in front of him when you shot.
Did they all run off?
Yeah.
You go. I believe so. We got all this blood so far. That's all we've done.
Where'd he come from?
Like right, literally from where he ran out.
He ran out right here, didn't he?
I think a little bit closer, like right here, even with where I hit him.
Well, y'all get on the blood.
I see it right there. Right there.
I think he cut in right in there.
Yeah.
You see
the splatters? Oh, yes, sir. Big time.
See it all right here?
That's where he ran, right there.
Yeah, right here. Oh, good bit right here. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
We followed this trail this time. Such a toxic thing.
Stay on the blood.
Right there. See them? See those V trees?
I see him.
Right there, isn't it?
Yep. Oh, wow. He's got some good.
Now you can shake his hand, give him a big hug. Hey. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's go find your deer.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Oh, wow. He's bigger than I thought he was.
That's a good buck.
Get in there and pick him up. That's a 4-year-old deer, Matt. Pick him up. Let me see his antlers. What do you think, Pop?
Man, I'm proud. He did a good
And
job.
like the moss growing.
He's been rubbing trees. He's giant. Man, that's a good looking buck. Look at is that bullet lodge? See the hump right there? Or is that a rib?
Dude, that's a monster.
It is.
Golly. Y'all tell Mama yet?
No, I ain't done
He
that.
told nobody.
Get in there behind him like this. Hold him up. He got there and I just followed him. We walked out there where we're standing. There's a good blood trail, and he went about 40 yards. And Matt's not real emotional. And he you saw him raise both his hands, and he saw him and went out there, and I'm telling you, that's magic for me right there. And him and his dad got to put their hands on it. That deer died about 40 yards from where Cranky's second biggest deer, died. And so that's a special spot. And we took some pictures and took some the next morning. It's just so special to me. People just can't imagine how cool that is for me. You couldn't have got the grin off his face with a crowbar. It was the coolest thing.
All right.
Give me the gun.
Now we just need to drag him out.
Drag him up. straight out the. Hey, take that boy out there. It's empty.
It's empty.
Okay.
I had it jacked open, but it's harder to carry.
All right. Y'all get them antlers and head.
Straight there.
Yeah. Y'all pick the most open spot. Matt, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
You did good,
What's wrong?
He is real heavy. And I'm fat.
That's probably a 4.5-year-old deer.
He's so deep bodied.
Hey, you got one for your wall now, probably.
Right.
Hey, you've been a good sport about letting Cranky do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more proud of you.
I've been so proud.
You know, it's been like 2 years since I killed a deer.
It has
Ditto. How long? Ask your daddy how long it's been since me and him killed one.
Long.
Forever, yeah.
But you've been guiding and watching everybody else do their thing, filming,
Feels good
So-
to finally take one, especially like this.
paying dues.
This is the biggest buck I've killed.